Okay, so this is another full self-driving test, and we are currently at FSD 11.4.4, and on my app we have an update that we're supposed to install, and oddly enough, it sort of shows release notes for 11.4.5, 11.4.6, and 11.4.7. So I'm thinking that this update it moves us up to 11.4.7. So wanted to do this test beforehand and then want to do the test right after. So I've been using this for probably a few months now. So yeah, we'll see how this does. It isn't super promising. I've been testing it out for quite some time, but yeah, we'll see what 11.4.7 brings. So you can see previously what we've done as well. So if we look at the test, again, it's the same test that we always do. If you haven't seen the test route, you can see this in previous videos as well. So yeah, let's get started here. All right, so we're on the road now. Let's get it started. Double tap down, and we're good to go. This says, poor GPS accuracy, full self-driving may not do a great job. Okay, my hands are on the wheels. I don't know what else you want me to do here. All right, so good stop. Again, we do these tests at nighttime, specifically because I've had really bad experiences with other cars on the road. So take this with a grain of salt. It had a phantom brake right there. And everything's in auto. Currently we're in assertive, so I've done all these tests in assertive mode. So I guess some people have tested out the other modes here. I've also tested with average, minimal lane changes, and so on and so forth. So it's done, I think regular is probably what most people would want to be at, because it acts, let's say, the least whole-ish, if you will. Alright, so here's a fork off in the road. So you saw a turn signal that was sort of just very brief. Again, doesn't need to turn signal there because we split off into a road that's it splits off into a fork. So we should be able to choose any one that we want to without making a signal. Now, one thing to note is we make a left turn here, so it really should be in the left lane. So I've said this before, where it should communicate more with the navigation in that it should do basically what this setting is, the minimal lane changes. So it has this feature now. So, oh, here's a car coming. So we'll actually slow down here, see what this car does. It's kind of slowing down and letting me go. So the car just went, even though that car had the right of way. So that's something to note as well. Not entirely sure why that was the case, why that car was slowing down, but they slowed down enough that probably you would want to go. But again, it was assertive in that case. But yeah, minimal lane changes is also something like that, that is not set defaultly, and I can't make it stay that way by default, which is kind of annoying. All right, it stopped, fully stopped. I didn't get that lurch forward. It's taking a really long time, even though there's 0 cars coming. So they recently just also relined this road, so there's more lane lines that is easier for it to read. So there's also that. All right, turn is gonna merge. Did merge on the turn, so that was pretty decent. All right, right turn here. Let's see what it does. There are no cars here, so I'll have a red light. And I should be able to go right on red. Again, it's done this test before. Let's see if it goes. There is a car coming up eventually. And again, it's not going to go, so I'm going to push it forward and see what it does here. It's not going again. It did turn green. So yeah, I think prior versions have done a better job with that, which is, again, it's going into the left lane. It needs to make a left turn up there further. So now it's trying to get out of, it's doing this again. This is awful. So it tried to merge in to make that left turn, and it needed to make a left turn at this light, not that previous light. So if you look at here, this was that particular turn here. So it's in here. This is very, very different. And if it really, really talked to the navigation, it would know that it clearly needs to make a left turn here, not here. So I'm gonna keep both of these screens up so you can see like what it's supposed to do in the next few turns and stuff like that. So auto brights and auto wipers are mandatory now. I cannot turn those off during this phase, so it's kind of annoying because sometimes the windshield wipers turn on and you don't want them to be on. Again, keeping up with the assertive versus minimal lane changes, it again stays in the left lane even though it has to make a right turn up here. Smooth merge, no problem there. Again, no cars, so not a problem to merge. Alright, slowing down to make this right turn. And it did it we're going pretty decently fast on this one. So this was good because last few times that I've tested this, it slowed down to like 15 miles an hour. And I think that's way too slow. Like that's a 45 mile per hour lane and people are going 50 to 55 miles per hour on it. So you slow down to 15, like people are not going to be happy. If you slow down abruptly, people are going to hit you. So yeah, that was much better than the last one. Okay, that's a phantom brake there randomly. There. Coming up to a stop sign, making a left turn at the stop sign. There's really nowhere else to go. The road is blocked off in the front here, so I would hope that it wouldn't go through a closed gate if those gates are closed. Okay, was very close to a full stop, not quite. Pretty good left turn, no issues there. You're also roundabout, and we'll be staying on the right here. Slowing down. It's pretty hard slowing down, and it's going basically a little bit slower than it did on that full 90-degree turn. So, I mean, it should slow down quite a bit. There's quite a bit of fog here, so maybe the cameras will have some issues. Making a right turn into the neighborhood here. Okay. A little bit wide. Very, very wide. As you can see here, this is a split road. This is 2-lane road. And I'm kind of started in the middle of it. Now I'm veering more to the right of it. We can leave it at 23, I think. This is fine. Again, it's staying in the middle of the road, so like you can take that judgment. I mean, I suppose you can drive in the middle of the road if there's no oncoming cars, but like I would just be afraid that we wouldn't be able to react in time to get out of the way for a car. So I mean, it handles this seemingly fine, but you know, I would want it to stay in your lane, because it's illegal to oncoming traffic, different things like that, pedestrians, all this other stuff. So just not very smart. All right, coming up to our turnaround point here. All right, I'll disengage it. All right. For some reason it has a right turn signal. We're not going right, we're just going around this roundabout here. I'll turn it down to 15 so it can actually go around it. Another left turn signal for some odd reason. Now, right turn signal I think is fine because I can technically go back around. Doesn't need to do another right turn signal. Okay, now back this way it seems to be doing okay. Not too bad. You can see in the visualizations it's kind of seeing this as a two-way lane. But again, like right in the middle, so I'm just gonna driving in the middle of a two-lane road. Alright, I'll try to give it as much feedback as possible. I think I've done this many times where I've driven through this and it's just done this poorly, so I don't know how many more times I have to submit something that says the exact same thing, so I just imagine they're eventually fixing it. Maybe. Who the heck knows what they do at Tesla. Alright, making a left turn up here, and we're still kind of in the middle of the road, so not great. Alright, stopped in the middle before the stop sign, move up for visibility. No cars coming, no cars coming. Okay, that was fine. Again, there are no cars coming, so there's really no risk when there are no cars coming, but that handled it fine. All right, coming up to the roundabout again, and then we'll be heading left. See how much it slows down here. Slowing down, yielding, there's no cars coming. It's down to 19, 17, 16. It can probably go like 20 around here, I think. I think that's normally what I would be doing. Okay, so that was fine. No big issue. It slowed down a little bit, but I think around turns you probably want it to be a bit more cautious than not as cautious. Coming up to a stop sign, slowing down a bit, regen. Again, still doing that weird thing where it goes over the yellow or the white line. Basically came to an entire stop, which is fine, and did the right turn fine. Coming up to the left turn up here. Let's see. It did this well last time. We'll see what it does this time. Okay, got into the left lane, good. I would probably turn on a signal to get into the left lane, but it didn't need to turn there, so it needs to turn here, which is good to make a left turn signal here to make sure you don't confuse anybody that's oncoming. So there we go. Okay, kind of cut the double yellow off, but not as badly as it has in the past. Not too bad. Alright, right turn merge. Good to go. Alright, into the right lane. Sharp into the right lane there. Definitely assertive on this. Alright, let's see what this right turn does. Usually it stops for this, and I don't know why. it should go if it's green. So it did go, that's good. Now it's confused on what it should do. It's really, really jerky, so not great on that. But it did handle that much better than it has in the past, so that was good. Previously, it would just stop, and I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, why are you stopping? And then cars would be beeping me from behind, so it needs to make a left turn here, and then we'll hold until we get that green light. Can somebody tell me why, like, late at night this thing isn't blinking yellow or just doesn't always have green? I don't know. It should definitely be just blinking yellow. Okay. Left turn, good. And merging to the right. Good. Not bad there. And then a right turn here. This is where it's choked up before. So let's see what it does here. Hard brake. So I'd probably prefer it not to brake that hard. Alright. Doesn't need to do another right turn signal. Oh god. I knew I was gonna brake there. You see that hard brake on the regen there? And again. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's seeing, but there's nothing here. No crosswalk, no nothing. Alright, limiting the speed, making a phantom right turn signal. Still doing a bunch of stuff that just, you know, makes you you can't use full self-driving beta on a regular basis, like when cars are around, because it just makes you look like such a fool. I'm sort of used to another right turn, phantom turn signal, another phantom turn, and okay, and a hard acceleration. Hard brake, hard acceleration. Nothing is here. Not sure why you're doing this. I'm always curious at what, like, the people that may or may not receive this data actually do with it, especially when they hear somebody like frustrated. But there we are. That is full self-driving. It is end of August 2023, and yeah, I mean, C minus, not great. So there's that. Feel free to leave any thoughts in the comments and watch any of the prior videos that I posted if you want to see a comparison, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.